In agriculture, we use the word fallow quite a lot. Fallow is a term used to describe deliberately uncultivated agricultural land. Not because of laziness or forgetfulness. Rather, it is a strategic move used by farmers to allow the soil to regain its fertility. Continuous farming can deplete soil nutrients and reduce soil fertility over time. In that case, fallow periods are like a timeout for the land. They allow natural processes to replenish the soil's nutrients and increase its health and fertility. This practice has been the cornerstone of traditional farming methods for centuries. This is a recognition of the needs of the land and a commitment to sustainable agriculture. Fallow is actually the resting period of the soil, the time to regain its strength. Just like we need a break after a long workday. Now you may be wondering, what happens when a field is left fallow? There's a lot going on. First is the protection of the soil. Without crops to water and tend to, the soil has a chance to rest from previous harvests. It's like taking a long, well-deserved nap. Secondly, there is pest control. Many pests thrive on certain crops. When food sources disappear, they disappear too. The third is the nutrient cycle. As old plant matter decomposes, it returns nutrients to the soil, making the soil richer and more fertile for the next planting season. This is nature's own transformation program. But it's not all sunshine and roses. Leaving the field fallow can also encourage weed growth. Without crops to compete, weeds can quickly take over. Therefore, careful management is required during this period. Therefore, while fallow periods can be beneficial, they also require careful methods to prevent weed infestation. The soil may be resting with this method, but the farmer is definitely not resting. What if there was a way to keep soil healthy without leaving it idle? Then let us introduce you to crop rotation. This method is an ingenious way to take a break without leaving the land unemployed. Think of it like a relay race where different crops take turns nourishing and protecting the soil. Instead of planting the same product every year, farmers plant different products in turn. This nourishes the soil and makes it productive without resting. Because each crop plays a unique role for the soil. Some enrich the soil with nutrients, while others act as a natural pesticide, repelling pests and diseases. This constant change not only increases the fertility of the soil, it also helps control pesky pests and diseases that can damage an individual crop. Therefore, crop rotation is an efficient alternative to fallow periods. This is like giving permission to work on the land. Yes, it produces, but it does different things. It keeps the ecosystem balanced and healthy. Fallow and crop rotation. Both agricultural practices serve different purposes and thrive under different conditions. Fallow, which is essentially a resting period for the soil, is especially beneficial in arid regions. It allows the soil to regain its nutrients and moisture. Thus, it increases efficiency. It is done to destroy weeds in the soil, to ensure the accumulation of organic matter in the soil along with the decay of stubble and plant waste, and to improve the biological, physical, and chemical properties of the soil. However, this means that a field remains unproductive for a season. This leads to potential loss of income. If there is irrigation opportunity, there is no need for fallow. With the necessary plant nutrition and fertilization methods, our farmers can grow every year. But in this case, it is not necessary to grow a single type of crop, but to grow different types of crops such as cereals, whole crops, legumes, and oil crops within a certain crop pattern. Crop rotation, on the other hand, is a dynamic method of maintaining soil health. It involves growing different types of crops in the same area in successive seasons. Since this practice does not require a rest period, it is generally more efficient and sustainable in regions with sufficient rainfall. The success of crop rotation depends on careful planning and understanding of the nutrient requirements of each crop. Both fallow and crop rotation have a place in agriculture depending on local climate, soil type and crop demand. Fallow and crop rotation are two different approaches to the same goal of sustainable agriculture. Fallow replenishes nutrients and breaks disease cycles, but it also means less harvest. It also means potential soil erosion if not managed properly. Crop rotation, on the other hand, is the planting of different crops alternately in the field. It not only maintains the fertility of the soil, it also helps control pests and diseases. It requires careful planning and understanding of each crop's needs. Both methods have their own benefits and challenges. The choice between fallow and crop rotation really depends on the specific conditions of your farming, the soil climate, and the crops you grow. Don't forget, soil isn't just a blank canvas on which we grow food. It is a living, breathing being that needs care and respect. The soil always has a plan, whether it is a relaxing fallow or an intensive crop rotation. As farmers, it is our duty to understand this plan and work according to it for a sustainable future. See you in other videos. Don't forget to support us, and as always, keep farming.